Cole was 26 years old. Like many people his age, he was still trying to figure out what direction his life should take. He worked at a small electronics store in the city. The job wasn't glamorous. Most of his days were spent helping customers choose phone chargers, headphones, and laptop accessories. But the job had one important benefit. It paid the bills. Every morning, Marcus woke up at 7 a.m., grabbed a quick breakfast, and took the bus across town to the store. The routine was predictable, comfortable, safe. His co-workers joked around with him during slow hours, and his manager liked him because he was dependable. Marcus never imagined that routine would disappear overnight, but sometimes life changes without warning. It was a rainy Tuesday afternoon when Marcus' manager called him into the office. Marcus immediately felt something was wrong. The manager looked uncomfortable. He avoided eye contact as he shuffled some paperwork. Finally, he sighed. Marcus, the company is downsizing. Marcus felt a knot form in his stomach. While letting several employees go, the manager continued quietly. I am really sorry, but today will be your last day. The words hit Marcus like a brick. For a moment, he just stared at the floor. He wanted to ask questions, to argue, to convince his manager to reconsider, but the decision had already been made. Within an hour, Marcus had cleaned out his locker and walked out of the store carrying a small box with his belongings. Just like that, his job was gone. That evening, Marcus walked home in the rain. Not because he wanted to, but because he couldn't justify spending money on the bus anymore. His apartment was small and quiet, the kind of place that felt comfortable when life was stable, but depressing when it isn't. He dropped his box on the table and collapsed onto the couch. For a long time, he just stared at the ceiling. Then his eyes drifted toward the corner of the room. His gaming setup sat there quietly, an old computer, 2 monitors, a cheap microphone, and a worn-out gaming chair. Gaming had always been Marcus' escape. Whenever life became stressful, he would spend hours playing online games with strangers around the world. Inside those games, he wasn't an employee worrying about bills. He was a competitor, a strategist, sometimes even a hero. But gaming had always been just a hobby, something fun, not something serious, not something that could change his life. At least, that's what Marcus believed. A few days later, Marcus was scrolling through videos online when he noticed something strange. A gaming live stream popped up in his recommendations. Curious, Marcus clicked on it. A young guy was playing a popular multiplayer game. But what caught Marcus's attention wasn't the gameplay, it was the chat. Thousands of viewers were watching. People were laughing at the streamer's jokes, sending messages, even donating money. Marcus leaned closer to the screen. The donations kept appearing. $5, $10, $20. Some people even subscribed monthly just to support the streamer. Marcus frowned thoughtfully. This guy is getting paid just to play games? The idea seemed ridiculous. But the more he watched, the more curious he became. After a while, Marcus leaned back in his chair and stared at his own computer. What if I tried this? The thought felt crazy, but it was also exciting. The next evening, Marcus downloaded streaming software and set up everything. His hands trembled slightly as he adjusted his microphone. Then he hovered his mouse over one simple button, start streaming. Marcus took a deep breath and clicked it. The stream began. Marcus waited, nothing happened. The viewer count showed 0. He laughed awkwardly. Well, this is weird, he muttered. Still, he kept playing, talking about the game, commenting on his mistakes, explaining strategies, even though no one seemed to be watching. 30 minutes passed, then suddenly a message appeared in the chat. Hey! Marcus froze. Wait, someone's here? The viewer replied, yeah, I just joined. Marcus grinned. It was only one person, but to Marcus, it felt like a stadium. For the next few months, Marcus streamed almost every day, sometimes 5 hours, sometimes 10, but growth was painfully slow. After 3 months, he gained only 20 regular viewers. Some days he felt discouraged. His friends kept asking if he had found another job yet. His parents worried that he was wasting time, and honestly, Marcus sometimes wondered the same thing. But something inside him refused to quit, because despite the slow progress, he loved streaming. Those 20 viewers laughed at his jokes, cheered when he won, encouraged him when he lost. They weren't just viewers, they were a community, and slowly, that community began to grow. One night, Marcus was streaming a competitive match in his favorite game. The match was intense. His team was losing badly. Then suddenly, Marcus made a move so unexpected and perfectly timed that it shocked everyone watching. He outplayed the entire opposing team in a single moment. The chat exploded. No way. And that was insane. One viewer clipped the moment and shared it online. At first, Marcus didn't think much about it, but within hours, the clip started spreading. Thousands of views turned into hundreds of thousands, then millions. The next day, when Marcus started streaming, something unbelievable happened. His viewer counts began climbing rapidly. 30 viewers, 100 viewers, 500 viewers. Then suddenly, 3,000 people were watching him live. Marcus stared at the screen in disbelief. What is happening right now? The chat was moving so fast he could barely read it. People were subscribing, donating, sharing his stream everywhere. Marcus realized something incredible. His life was changing in real time. Over the next year, Marcus's channel continued to grow. His streams attracted tens of thousands of viewers every night. Gaming companies began sending him equipment, partnership deals. He upgraded his setup, a better computer, professional cameras, studio lighting. But despite the success, Marcus never forgot where he started. The small apartment, the empty viewer count, the day he thought his life had fallen apart. 2 years after losing his job, Marcus sat in the brand new streaming studio. His channel had grown to 2 million subscribers. His videos reached millions of people around the world. Before starting that night's stream, Marcus looked directly into the camera. You know what's crazy, he said. 2 years ago, I thought losing my job was the worst thing that had ever happened to me. He paused and smiled, but honestly, it was out the best thing that had ever happened to me. Sometimes, life forces you to change direction. At the time, it felt like failure, like something or everything is falling apart. But sometimes, those moments are actually opportunities in disguise.